Welcome to Agorcom's Small Cap Breaking News, your daily go-to source for the best small cap headlines for over 65 million investors since 2007. Today, we're taking a deep dive into some really compelling headlines and financial results from the small cap world, bringing you the critical insights you need.
Exactly. We're cutting through the noise, really focusing on the actual numbers, the results that investors, find most impactful, giving you a snapshot.
Okay, let's kick things off. A major milestone, it seems, in the U.S. methane abatement market. The headline: Zefiro Methane delivers first carbon offset revenues to EDF Trading, marking major milestone in U.S. methane abatement market. They trade on the Cboe Canada Exchange, symbol ZEFI. So, okay, let's unpack this. First, carbon offset revenues. What does that actually translate to in terms of real results? Is it symbolic, or is this a tangible shift?
That's a great question, and honestly, it's genuinely both. For Zefiro, this isn't just symbolic, it's powerful proof their integrated model works. They've successfully delivered almost, 93,000 metric tons of CO2 equivalent credit. These are verified units, right, representing real greenhouse gas reduction.
Okay.
And crucially, they got full payment from two major players, EDF Trading and Mercuria Energy America. That signals way more than just a single transaction. It really underscores the growing viability, the profitability even, of methane abatement as a climate solution.
Right.
When you see big institutions committing like this, this early, it speaks volumes about market confidence in these high-integrity credits.
And high integrity, that's the key phrase here, isn't it? Especially in voluntary carbon markets where trust is everything. What makes these credits stand out? How does Zefiro actually generate them?
Absolutely. Integrity is paramount. These specific credits, they're generated under the American Carbon Registry's orphan well methodology. So Zefiro is physically going out, plugging and abandoning old orphaned oil and gas wells. These things are notorious methane leakers, just constantly seeping it out. And methane, as you know, it's incredibly potent, like over 80 times more warming than co-Euro over 20 years. So by stopping these leaks, Zefiro creates a measurable, verifiable emissions reduction.
Oh, okay.
It's that direct linked physical cleanup creates a valuable, tradable offset. That's what attracts serious buyers. Environmental action translating straight into commercial opportunity.
So for you, our listener, the key insight here is this. Zefiro isn't just talking about environmental responsibility. They're showing a real, tangible model where field work, literally plugging old wells, becomes a new revenue stream, environmental commodities. And now they've got three sources, right? Plugging services, methane monitoring, and these carbon markets. That's significant diversification.
Exactly. And while, the market for these newer credit types is still evolving, Zefiro's integration, their partnerships, it gives them a real edge. It clearly shows buyers are willing to commit early to these credit types, especially when they see clear impact and solid methodology. Puts Zefiro right at the front.
Okay, moving from environmental solutions now to national security. A company making waves in defense tech. Headline: Draganfly puts tactical drones through their paces at U.S. military exercise.
They trade on the NASDAQ, symbol DPRO. What's fascinating here is the operational validation side of things. Draganfly successfully demoed their Commander 3XL and Flex FPV drones at a big U.S. Department of Defense exercise, T-Rex 24-2.
Okay.
And get this, they were one of only 4 participants picked for the live FPV, that's first-person view demo.
Wow, only 4. That's significant validation.
It really is. It showcases their systems, which are interoperable, modular, and importantly, U.S.-made, are up to scratch for demanding intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions. Validated under operational stress.
Important point.
It signals real, serious interest from the U.S. military in what they offer.
That invitation alone says a lot, doesn't it? So what exactly were these drones doing under that kind of pressure? We're talking Commander 3XL and the Flex FPV.
We are. So the Commander 3XL UAS, that's unmanned aircraft system, it showed off its interoperability. Big deal in defense. It successfully deployed multiple third-party products using a universal tactical multi-drop payload system.
So like delivering different tools or supplies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Precisely where needed in a, dynamic situation. Then there's the Flex FPV recon drone. It performed ultra-low latency, close-quarters recon in GPS-denied environments.
GPS-denied. That's critical.
Absolutely critical. Means it can navigate, gather intel, even when satellites are jammed or unavailable. Think contested areas. It provided that over-the-shoulder support in simulated ops, real-time immersive awareness.
Okay, this is more than just tech specs. It's strategic validation. So for you listening, seeing these platforms perform under operational stress at TREX, that's a strong indicator of potential. These aren't direct financials, obviously. But successful demos like this, they can hugely influence future contracts, partnerships. especially now with the focus on domestic, adaptable, interoperable solutions for the U.S. military and NATO allies. It's about proving reliability.
Absolutely. The demand for modular U.S.-made systems is, well, it's sky high right now.
Uh-huh.
Draganfly's whole family of systems, interoperable, modular, payload-agnostic hits that need directly. Their approach positions them as a real force multiplier for all sorts of missions, from close-in recon to logistics support. This successful exercise puts them squarely in the conversation about vital, rapidly deployable defense tech.
All right, from high-tech defense, let's plunge deep into the earth. Mining sector news out of Mexico catching our eye. Headline: GR Silver Mining extends high-grade silver at San Marcial, pointing to a larger system at depth. High-grade extension's always exciting. GR Silver Mining Ltd., that's GRSL on the TSX Venture, GRSLF on OTCQB, just reported a, well, remarkably wide high-grade hit from their step-out drilling at San Marcial. Yeah, this drill result, SMS 2509, it's definitely compelling stuff. You've got an impressive 75.2 meters, grading 293 grams per ton silver equivalent AGU. But the kicker, what investors will really zoom in on, is that core within the intercept. 6.4 meters at a stunning 1,915 grams per ton AGEQ.
Wow, 1,915 grammy. That's incredibly rich, isn't it?
It's spectacular grade. Signals a very, very robust silver system is present there.
So what is this specific hit and where they found it? Tell us about the bigger picture at San Marcial. Well, it significantly pushes the known high-grade stuff down another 100 meters below the current resource. It reinforces the idea of a large, well-preserved system. We're now looking at maybe 450 meters of vertical extent from surface, and critically, it's still open down dip, meaning it could go even deeper.
Open at depth, okay.
And then the geology is fascinating, too. The core shows these epithermal boiling textures, multiple phases of silver. These are hallmarks geologists look for. They often indicate you're close to the richest parts of the deposit.
Right.
So it confirms the main structures continue, expands the known mineralization. These are the data points you track for resource growth, for district scale potential in a place like Mexico's Rosario mining district.
So for you, this means the potential for a large, continuous, high-grade silver system at San Marcial. It's looking considerably stronger. And they're not stopping there, are they? They're actively drilling more.
No, they're right on it. SMS 2511 is drilling now. SMS 2512 is planned to test even further down plunge. These ongoing efforts could seriously impact future resource updates, the project's overall value.
Makes sense.
And you also have the practical side, existing mine infrastructure, road access, permits from historic work. That helps a lot. It reduces risk, reduces cost. As they push forward with more technical work, makes the whole thing more attractive.
Okay, let's pivot north now, to Canada. Onyx Gold Corp making some significant strides. Headline: Onyx Gold's step-out drilling broadens Timmins discovery with nearly 200 meters of cumulative mineralization. Almost 200 meters cumulative in one hole. That sounds really substantial, like potentially massive system territory. Onyx Gold trades ONYX on the TSX Venture, ONXGF on OTCQX. This is at their Monroe Cruces project in Ontario, a very famous gold district.
Yeah, that cumulative number in nearly 200 meters, it is genuinely remarkable. So the headline result from hole MC25177, that was 91 meters, grading 1.1 grams per ton gold, included 4 meters at 4.6 gram T. Good intercepts. But like you said, it's the cumulative part. A second, deeper interval in the same hole hit another 103.4 meters at 1.1 gram A, including 38.4 meters at 2.4 gram A.
In the same hole.
In the same hole.
Yeah.
Added up, you get 194.4 meters of gold mineralization. That's a lot of rock-carrying gold.
And they followed up on that, confirming the scale.
They did. A 50-meter step-out, down-dip, hole MC25-181. It returned another wide intercept, 139.1 meters at 0.8 gram T, including nearly 7 meters at 4.3 gram T. So yes, it extends the zone deeper, these long runs of mineralization, especially with those higher grade lenses mixed in. That's exactly what you look for bulk tonnage potential in the Abitibi Greenstone Belt, one of the world's best gold addresses.
Right.
Mineralization is now traced from surface down to over 350 meters vertical, over 100 meters of strike, and importantly, still open, room to grow.
So for you, our listener, what this means is Onyx is moving from just isolated hits towards a much more cohesive picture, a potentially very large gold system. And here's something else crucial, their financial position. They've done about 60% of a big 25,000 meter drill program, and they still have about $10 million cash.
That's huge. That financial strength, that cash balance, it's a major de-risking factor. It gives them a long runway to keep drilling aggressively to really figure out how big Monroe Cruces could be. Plus, you add in the location near Highway 101, logging roads that helps keep costs down, makes logistics easier. So you've got consistent wide hits, recurring higher grades, strong funding, good location. It really lines up with how other big Timmins deposits looked early on. Definitely an Ontario discovery to watch closely.
Okay, one final deep dive for today. Back to Ontario. Dynasty Gold Corp, acting on some promising surface finds. Headline: Dynasty Gold kicks off 5,000-meter drill program after high pyrite surface find at Thundercloud. Sounds like a smart, methodical approach. Dynasty Gold, trading DYG on the TSX venture, D5G1 on the FSE, has started a pretty significant 5,000-meter drill program at Thundercloud.
Right, and this comes right after their field crews mapped some really interesting new surface showings. This is in the South Pelham, or SP, area. These showings had up to 50% pyrite, along with other sulfides. One exposure was pretty decent size, 2.7 by 1.7 meters, others nearby. Finding that much pyrite right at surface, that's a key sign for geologists exploring for gold.
Okay, so why is pyrite such a strong signal?
Yeah.
How does that translate into a drilling target?
Well, it's that methodical approach again. Pyrite itself isn't gold, right? But in this region, it's the most common sulfide mineral found with gold. So geologists use it as a kind of measurable vector for targeting, like a bright signpost pointing the way.
Ah, okay, like breadcrumbs.
Exactly. Finding up to 50% pyrite in rocks at surface, it strongly suggests significant gold mineralization is likely nearby. So Dynasty's first hole, TC2501, it's targeting two things: the potential extension of mineralization they hit back in 2024 and a big 500 by 500 meter IP chargeability anomaly.
IP anomaly.
Induced polarization. It's a geophysical survey method that detects conductive materials like sulfides underground. Sulfides often hang out with gold. And South Pelham is just 1.2 kilometers south of the main Pelham zone, which already has a historical resource estimate. So they're exploring in a known gold-bearing area.
Got it. So for you, the listener, Dynasty is following a clear, systematic path. They're combining geophysics, surface mapping showing high pyrite, and now targeted drilling. They're not just drilling blind, they're strategically trying to expand beyond the known resource, potentially unlocking new zones on a property that's already shown promise. That methodical approach really ups the odds.
Precisely. If they get positive assays back from this initial drilling at South Pelham, that would validate it as a second key focus area. It would really strengthen the foundation for potentially finding a lot more gold across the entire Thundercloud project. It's exciting to see them follow the geological clues like this.
What an incredible deep dive today. We've covered really crucial developments, environmental sustainability with Zefiro, defense tech with Draganfly, and then right into the exciting world of mineral exploration with GR Silver, Onyx, and Dynasty. Each story really gives you a glimpse into the tangible progress, the real potential these small-cap companies are building, often under the radar.
That's exactly right. These headlines, they're not just noise, they're signals, important signals. For anyone willing to do their own homework, the actual results, those carbon offset revenues, the successful military demos, those impressive drill intercepts we talked about, they provide really compelling reasons to dig deeper. To explore what these results truly imply for the companies and their markets, it's where you see the fundamental value being created.
So as you reflect on today's deep dive, maybe consider how these breakthroughs, whether it's in carbon markets, drone tech, or finding resources, aren't just about one company's growth. They are fundamentally about shaping the industries of tomorrow, tackling big challenges. What untapped potential might these early successes unlock for all of us down the road? That's something to mull over as you continue your own discovery journey. Thank you for joining us on the deep dive.